if this background looks familiar to you, to a few people, the two ladies I've had sex with in my parents' bathroom in high school, that's where I am recording.
No, that's the one you took a shit in.
Oh yeah, actually,
that's the one you took the spite shit in, right?
These things don't have to be exclusive.
Yeah, this could be our roundup episode here because it'll come out next week. So Christmas was great, guys. Did you have any figgy pudding? What the fuck is figgy pudding?
It sounds British.
Yeah, I don't know. If it's not in a Newton, I don't know what you're supposed to do with fig. So, and I can't imagine, basing my context off the fig Newton, I can't imagine that filling as a pudding.
Well, it's British, so it's all full of twigs and sticks and shit.
Right.
Like just stuff.
With vinegar. No,
figgy pudding is why their teeth look like that.
Yeah. Just crunching on fucking logs.
Fig
Speaking of which, brought to you by Stewart's Root Beer.
Fig is one of those things like, I don't even know if I could identify a fig if you showed me one, much less what part of a fig is edible, like how you...
Fig Newton, it's all about the schmutz in the middle. It's all about the jelly, sugary stuff, right? The fig is the weird hay bale.
I'm going to Google a fig now for my own sanity because I can't imagine one.
In my mind's eye, seeing like my 7th grade science textbook, if I remember, I think a fig is pretty testicle looking.
Is there one on the Fruit of the Loom underwear logo? I'm pretty sure one of those guys was a fig.
Well, weirdly enough, like growing up, I always thought...
Oh, a fig. I heard something else the first time.
Yeah.
God damn it, Dan. That was the joke. That was the joke. I was setting it up and you knocked me down.
Oh, sorry.
All three of us went for the same joke.
Okay, figs are horrific. Just a heads up.
I just got it out first because I went in most ham-fisted.
Figs look like Cronenberg vaginas by all these pictures.
Well, okay, but what period of Cronenberg?
Just in the chat here. That's a fig, and that inside is a horror movie vagina. Like it turns into
that. That is more. That is more early Cronenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys see that?
Also, sort of a butthole, if you ask me.
That's more like Naked Lunch or Videodrome.
Point is, I don't look
later
at
Cronenberg, like Crash era, that would be more like a leg wound.
I would be horrified if that fruit looking like that on the outside. I was like, oh, nice. This must be like a pear. And I cut it open and that gooey, horrific Wes Craven mess was in there.
It's a Sarlacc pussy.
Yeah, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, that's gobbling up all the Boba Fett.
And now
it'll be slowly digested over the course of 10,000 years.
Now I'm double, reevaluating my feeling on the Newton. I might be a strawberry Newton guy now. I don't care for that.
I might be a banana dude after this. That's pussy.
Yeah, this is one of those things. It's like a problem I always joked about. I had avocados was because everyone I started doing meal plans, there was I should eat avocados. Like, not only do I not like avocado, I don't even know how to properly eat an avocado. I don't know what part of it's food. I don't know how to tell when they're good or bad. Like they have a big rock in the middle of them, and you're supposed to eat part of the goo, but there's a pit in the and I was like, that's not even a food to me. Like it's just a doorstop. Like I don't know what it is. And figs fall in that category too. Just open it up and like, aren't you supposed to just throw these or something? What is this?
I'll tell you what it is $2 extra, and it's bullshit.
I was a little distracted because Brandon apparently in gobbling down the Stewarts is having a flashback, and he's in his masturbating nook from when he was a teenager.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was like, so I did. The bathroom is the only place that actually has like a kind of like a table that I can sit on. So like, that's why I was using it, but like it kept lagging super bad. So I had to come into the room. So now I'm just like sitting on it. It's just like I put my laptop on the bed, but it's just like off balance.
Yeah, but you disrobed too. So that was what distracted me.
He is in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, I took off a sweater. I don't know if that's disrobing, but as much as just cooling down. And also,
little Mr. Rogers
brings
nod.
up
You come in, change clothes.
Mm.
Mr. Roger made getting dressed part of children's education for some reason. He shows up.
I don't like avocado. Yeah, I don't like avocado, but I will fuck with guacamole. So like,
I'm
just
allergic.
Don't give me avocado, but smash it up and throw in like a little salt, and I'm good with it. I just can't do it that raw shit.
I don't like either.
I actually don't. I don't like guacamole because just whatever it is, it just kind of tastes like nothing to me. But like just avocado and a spoon, that's delicious.
To me, it tastes too much like those hair products that say they involve avocado smell like. So to me, it's a shampoo before it's a food. But no, I don't like avocado. I don't like guacamole. I don't like any of its byproducts. That weird toothpastey texture that stuff comes with.
I'm allergic. I mean, I would eat at this taqueria when I was in San Francisco at band practice. We would go to this taqueria, and every time afterwards, my stomach would seize up like a fist. And I don't know why this memory, because they were watching a bootleg. Remember Rambo 4, the one where he went to like Thailand or whatever?
One that's like about Somali pirates or whatever.
Yeah. That one, right? 2000, early 2000-ish. But it was a bootleg because it had like the copyright shit on the bottom. I was like, anyway, stomach aches. And then I realized deduction, it was guacamole and avocados. I'm allergic. It's just weird, but I would like to enjoy it.
Those are like a thing where you like they had to like wipe down the whole restaurant like every time that you came by.
No. Just if I eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's California. You can swing dick like that.
I believe that's the state motto.
Yeah. Welcome to California. It's on fire, so prepare to swing dick
like that. California.
We don't care, but you probably do. I'll be right back.
Our next recording will be weird. This is our closest to pre-Christmas get together. And then Christmas will happen. And then next time we convene, Christmas will have happened, but New Year's won't quite be here. We'll have an in between the holidays episode on the 30th.
Ooh, that's what this probably should be then. Yeah.
We'll have it'll be a New Year's Eve special if we're not doing thing on the 30th, 31st is New Year's. It'll be a New Year's Eve special here with us.
Yeah.
And the next day is New Year's Eve. So,
taint Christmas and taint New Year's.
It's in betwixt.
Yeah. It'll be Christmas Part 2, prequel to the New Year.
Buckle up, motherfucker. You got 20
New Year's Eve, not New Year's Steve.
I think 2021 is going to have more explosions.
I hope so.
Let's write the sequel to 2020 because honestly, okay.
It won't be a sequel. It'll be a dumb, unnecessary spin-off that takes place adjacent to it, but not a direct sequel because the main star left and they got a new guy. They want to put, Jeremy Renner in it or some nonsense. It'll be in the same universe, but a spin-off. Then later they'll tease the guy from the other one at the beginning. It's gonna be hacky.
I read an article today, and it's like everybody has such a hard-on for some good news, and so I kind of get why they were compelled to do this story, but. It was about the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2, that actress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We checked up with her, and she said her Christmas is going to be really sad and dark because she lives alone. I was like, why the fuck do I need this information right now? I feel like everything is just twisting the knife.
Plus, I don't need to follow up on every single little detail in every single bit of media.
No.
The news is getting to Wikipedia or Fanpedia level.
Right.
That's cool. Wait, back up, Brennan. Your bathroom is the only room that has a shelf? Is it like one of those baby changing tables from the library has in their bathroom?
Yeah, basically.
Have you been sitting on that for a minute waiting for Brandon to get back, or did that just trigger in your brain?
That just triggered in my head.
You're just wait,
he's clearly sitting on the toilet, and there's a table across from him. And I'm envious because my bathroom doesn't have a place for my laptop. I just have to put it on my legs, and it gets hot.
It's close to your nuts, and then then you go down that rabbit hole of going to WebMD. Sperm count and hot balls from their laptop.
Gotta take a folded towel out of the linen closet and put that on the on your lap first to soak up the laptop heat.
Yeah.
My only issue with like taking, or my fear of taking the laptop in the bathroom while I'm shitting is accidentally pissing on my laptop. Like you have
it
like
slips out. It gets excited because of fire hoses.
It's inflatable tube man. Like there's a Toyota Thon.
Just turn into a fucking terrible scene from a 90s Ben Stiller comedy. Like, oh God, it's pee everywhere.
You're walking around with your pants around your ankles trying to find the rice in the kitchen.
Yeah. And then the worst part is explaining it to Apple Care. Like it's not even an Apple. You just called them to tell them.
If you want to take it like one step further, like it could with the Ben Stiller wacky movie, it's like there's a guy who's just browsing his laptop, and then one day he's pissing on it, and he just pisses on it, but like his piss stream accidentally goes to child pornography, and then got it right back. Got it right back.
I just trying to picture how you end up on any wrong website, like the dick is just fire hosing around and hits the keyboard to hit just the right sequence of letters to type in. Like
it literally goes to like ISISfan.com or something like that.
No. He can't intervene at all. Like,
then he gets hired by the FBI, like that bad check writer did back in the day. He has to work for the CIA.
Right, Evan Hales Jr.
Just like a fire hose. It's just a fire hose dick where it's just like, Johnson, what do you have for us today?
Hold on.
Pissing out everywhere.
And of course his name's Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
So it's kind of like a monkey typing Shakespeare, except it's your dick typing white supremacist websites.
It goes to slow-mo, and then it's just like this, like violin concerto over it.
Yeah, like it's like my. He's got like it's his piss is the triogs or whatever they're called.
I've been watching a lot of or it could be like a cyberpunk type movie. I've been going down this rabbit hole of like mid 90s cyberpunk because I'm too disappointed with that stupid fucking game. It's so glitchy as hell,
especially because there's those people who are a little too close to Blade Runner for any cyberpunk flavored media to have any ability to touch you. So it's like showing Hugh Hefner regular porn. Like, nah, man. Nah. Like, once you've got, because Cyberpunk is basically just Grand Theft Auto, but dumber looking. Like,
100%.
They're just like, what if the girl for a robot with a wiener, though? Like,
Yeah, which was ridiculous. And you can't make it super tiny. It's either like sort of average or huge dong.
And then it flips through the pants.
But you can't do comedy. You can't have micropene, which would justify the outfits that these motherfuckers wear in the future. Like, that's ridiculous to think that people would dress that way in the future.
But yeah, everything about that game that I've seen and heard is that it's just wholly disappointing on every level.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But I didn't want to get a refund because I'm like, it's kind of fun. Because I laugh. I play so rarely that when I do, like just having surprise laughter, goofiness.
And there's a chance that they'll No Man's Sky it and do a lot of fixing after the fact through updates and patches. Where, No Man's Sky is one of those games that came out and was nothing like what anyone said it would be. But now 4 expansions later, it's actually a really, really solid game. No one cares about or talks about, but had it launched as the game it is now, it'd be great. So I hear. If you're
I got a chance to play it, and it was really fun. But I was like, this is a rabbit hole. I can't.
Yeah.
I'll dip my toe in video games, but I also don't want it to like take over my life.
Right, it's like heroin, or
Yeah, because I understand. I have to like adult it up and get in my other hobbies.
You gotta watch your dosage.
Bounce around speed dial.
You get bored.
I don't know. Yeah, the only game I can play that doesn't keep me bored was Red Dead. That was the only game that could hold.
Did you finish it though?
Oh yeah, I finished it 100%. And then when I
didn't finish it. I have so many games where I'm almost near the end that I just The last one I'd have finished all the way through completion, everything was Spider-Man.
I still don't like that. I really wanted to. I don't have a PlayStation, so I never got to play it.
I'm trying to get a PlayStation 5. Like, man, those things are hard to find.
Just give it a little time.
They'll make more. They want you to have it. So
they always do this. Every console, every time a new console comes out, they do this. They're like, oh, we didn't make enough to meet demand. Bullshit. It's created. Right. It's created.
January 3rd, they'll come back in. And
there'll be new stock and
And the wave of broken first order rushed buggy ones will be out of the way.
Yeah. So they release it around Christmas, which is fourth quarter. They've already made their money for the year, and they're setting up their.
Remember when
January to be
PS3 or 4 came out, and like half of them, like the controllers just didn't work, and like the backwards compatibility didn't function. Like it was still.
Actually, I skipped that one.
$300 or $400. Like it was so expensive, and it just didn't. Like it took to the second or third wave of be like, okay, now it's fine.
Yeah.
This was like me skipping. Like I skipped SNES, kind of like. Or a couple generations. Like I skipped 3 and Xbox 360. I went from
I had a Nintendo and then I had a fucking Xbox. Like just NES,
and in between, Xbox. I had the Wii bowling. That carried me for like way too long.
I don't even know what a TurboGrafx 16 is. I never saw a Dreamcast.
Intellivision. I remember vividly having an Intellivision, which was
I had one of those as a kid.
Way better than Atari, but it didn't really take off.
Like a fucking phone. The thing was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was 16-bit.
I actually really liked that.
My parents, all the games had a stupid sleeve or a little sheet you had to put into the controller's number pad, and all the buttons were. It was designed by people who like had no idea how to play a video game.
Right. Atari is a little more fun and simpler. One button, It
all had that wood paneling on it that everything in the 70s had. Like.
Yep.
So it's organic.
Yeah, my parents
or the early 80s. Hence, my basement has not been updated since 1981.
Yeah, that thrashing poster going.
Yeah, I figured, this is going to be like a wrap-up episode. Let's go positive. Let's thrash.
Yeah, we have one more left in 2020. Exciting.
Yeah.
Then we'll have the first episode of 2021, which we'll do nothing spectacular for.
No.
Yeah. we can call that one Hindsight is 2020.
We'll have to bring booze because once it's 2021, the 2000s can officially drink.
Hey.
Be 21 years old.
Hey.
He has been drinking for like 4 years.
Yeah.
We should have been doing this in 2018 when it was like, all right, the new century is legal. New millennium can fuck.
And then I would buy it a drink.
There's grass on that lawn. Let's set it on fire.
If there's no grass, we'll plant some seed.
That was a thing, wasn't it? Like a completely shaved thing. That's just weird to me. I never.
It's also weird. That phrase, like, if there's grass in the field, play ball. Can you imagine being the guy scuzzy enough to have said that phrase out loud for the first time to another person?
Yeah.
Approached on the subject.
Right.
Where he's like, is that chick too young for you? He's like, she got pubes. You're like, that was the wrong answer.
Very wrong answer.
Look, if there's grass in the field, play ball.
Should be on the list somewhere.
Into this. Don't
not be near me or these children.
Yeah.
The sentiment was so important to communicate that he niced it up to make it more palatable for the crowd.
Right.
Or I'm the guy that heard that and I'm sharing it with other guys. And then this fucking guy said, there's grass on the field and then blah, 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 right?
James,
but then
fucker.
All of you except one hate it, but then the one person's like, actually, that's pretty dope. And then it carries on.
Well, the one guy is like, that's not wrong.
Well, she has a merkin on, you weirdo.
You're the one out of 10 dentists that hate this fucking toothbrush.
I got something to say about this, actually. I think we're looking at it all wrong. I think that, it's not a guy. I think it's a female cougar saying to me, bro, if there's grass on the field, let's play ball. because dudes also have pubes.
I've only heard it said by scuzzy dudes.
No, but it also could have been said by scuzzy chicks.
It could have been. It could have been.
I'm going with the scuzzy chick route, and I think it's funnier if she's like if a 45-year-old cougar's banging a 12-year-old dude and just being like, did you do that? And you're like, he's got pubes. I think he's ready to party. Because, do you remember when you were 12? I do.
I don't have that dot connected. So
marinate in this for a second.
Is there still evidence in that room? Are you in a tuft of pubes in your bathroom there? Your teenage poobies?
Did you collect them?
Did you name them? That's your problem. You started naming them. You got attached.
So maybe if we look at this like the female teacher that gets with the male student, America always seems ready to talk about that in that case.
Yeah. It's totally a double standard.
Yeah.
But it's as a guy, because we've all had that fantasy. I think it's a common fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're that age,
I didn't.
The young teacher.
But I guess I wasn't blessed with that kind of teachers. I didn't grow up.
Mine's never been a teacher.
What happened?
I didn't have a teacher fantasy, but I had a paralegal fantasy.
Well, when you're in school, in that junior high into high school window, it doesn't necessarily have to be it can be average looking teachers. They don't feel crazy hot. It's just that the way you grow up, school is the most source of adult women that aren't your mom around you that you can even feel everyone else is either your age or your
that's
teacher.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I remember people in my general class thinking certain teachers were hot just because you don't see adult hot chicks that often. And that average, that's 6 at best. Otherwise,
yeah, that's why when you get excited when you see an ankle.
Yeah. It's relative.
Teachers are either 80-year-old, they're either 80-year-old witches from Wizard of Oz, or a regular 30-year-old chick who just has a newly married husband household structure. That's close enough for me. It's that, or a catalog. So and then she interacts with it. Sometimes they help you with homework and their top comes down. You're all right, that's pretty real. It doesn't have to be that hot because just that exposure, and your brain is just that, your body is that ready, and your hormones to just have anything in front of you.
Yeah, your lizard brain is exploding and
Yeah, that same part of your brain that scrambled porn, you can kind of see a squiggled nipple or something like that, and it's enough.
Workout shows at 6 a.m. that it's someone that's a 4, but she's wearing spandex. So
that counts. Picks up the rest of the slack. She's a 4, but that's another 4 right there. It was we talked about when we did.
Good at math. I know addition.
When we talked about when we did the straight.
I'm almost at a 400 million. You think 1 out of 10? No, man, my criteria is millions.
It's when we did the Straight Outta Comic-Con shows, we talked about how the right cosplay was the ultimate beer goggles. We'd be that chick is insane. You see her the next day, out of costume, out of the makeup. You're oh God, never mind. That's regular as shit. But holy crap! For a minute there, you were Rogue from the X-Men, and my brain was working on the other side. Yeah, wow. I'm sorry for the confusion.
Well, that's just makeup, though. I've seen YouTube videos and GIFs on Reddit of it's always, some chicks got makeup on and looks I don't know, Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad or something, and then wipes it and it's a 12-year-old Asian girl.
Wait, what?
I love that the makeup was also the crutches.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's putting on makeup to look like Walt Jr.
Yeah.
Or pre-makeup, she looks like Walt Jr.
I want to start off by saying that 2020 has been hard for me. I haven't gotten a lot of pop culture these days, so I'm kind of a little behind on what's on the TV.
I watch Breaking Bad all over again.
I actually
did. It's I want real bacon. That's fucking dad.
Walt Jr. Breaking Bad's weird to me because I really liked it, but I never want to watch it again.
It's dark. It ends.
It's also it's very uncomfortable for the entire seasons, 2.5 through the end. And it's not a show where it's more like a 15-hour movie Like you can't just pick an episode out of a bag and watch that episode.
There are bits of levity, but they're short and sweet and
it's
like
really good. Like it's such a good show, but Jesus fucking Christ.
No, you can't.
I mean, having just watched it a second time, all that I did was just sit there and like put myself in Walt's shoes. Like
you just watched Jesse Pinkman destroy his life 4 different times from the ground up. Ultimately become a slave in a fucking neo-Nazi basement. Like what is this happening?
Yeah.
At least
but
it's a job.
I like a show because once you start it, you now have to watch it beginning to end. And like I said, you can't just grab bag shows out of a hat. Like it's all part of one big timeline.
That was probably the last show that we waited and watched as it was coming out. Like we binge watched up to whatever the last 2 seasons were coming out
I didn't
live.
Even really love the last season. I thought the second to last season was better.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows where a couple of series around that time, that thing where they never knew which season was their last one. So they always primed everyone to kind of be the ending. And then they got another season. So they had to, there's so many times they get all their money and lose it and get all their money and lose it. It's like they did the same thing with that Battlestar Galactica series in the 2000s where they kept almost thinking every season was the last one. And then the last one happened and they're like, oh, fuck it, it's over. Here's the ending. They go home. It's fine. I thought Breaking Bad really peaked with Gustavo Fring and him dying and all that stuff. And then they were just kind of spinning their wheels.
Yeah. It seems like after that, kind of they either like tried to stuff too many storylines into like the last season and a half. They could have used like 2 more seasons, or they were just kind of stringing it out a little bit. Like I couldn't tell which was which.
Yeah. It's like they thought the season before it was really going to be the last season. They got one more. Like, fuck, we did those split in 2 mini seasons.
A Dexter after season 4. It's just it's a shit show.
Curb Your Enthusiasm's been that way too. I've been watching it. Seems like every season they none of it.
But Bryan Cranston cannot be praised enough for Breaking Bad, though. Dude. Fucking Shakespearean level character development and like the way, like he's so good through that whole thing. Like he is the lifeblood of that show.
Oh yeah.
So if you're watching Bryan Cranston, good job. Well done.
Tip of the hat to you.
Kudos.
Mr.
Thumbs up.
It's weird. I do like Bryan Cranston because like he did that. That was his that was the shit that like put him on the map. But like afterwards, he hasn't really done anything that like he's just kind of just like, bro, I'm cashing checks now. Like I don't give a fuck anymore.
He was in that Godzilla movie for a minute.
Yeah.
He's done a couple of things, but it's hard because he's really typecast. It's like hard to get him in a role not that. I'd like to see him branch out.
I mean, half the time they put him on a show just to say, okay, now you're on the show, and now say you're the danger. Like it's all still like come on the show to be a reference to the thing. Like,
and he's like holding his Emmy,
right?
Yeah.
He was in that comedy, like Why Him? I think it was called. That was pretty solid. Where like his daughter is marrying some schmo, and it's like John Cena or something stupid.
Every so often he's a
police not get along for 2 hours.
Like,
was that now?
I said he's every so often a voice on Family Guy now. He's like Peter, one of Peter's bosses, the like interracial couple boss he has.
I haven't watched that show in a while. Feels like that show's like running out just on autopilot at this point.
Yeah. I like that.
It's an algorithm.
Yeah, it's AI driven.
Yeah, The Simpsons, like Bob's Burgers, like all that, like Fox shows. Those are definitely just kind of being like, we need something to fill on a Sunday night. Like we have nothing else.
Yeah. But spoiler alert: Family Guy's been on autopilot since like 2003. Like,
oh yeah.
And
I mean, like American Dad has been on autopilot too, but it's at least like a solid, funny, at least every other episode.
I said, I laugh enough. Like I said, I like Family Guy. I feel like it functions more like a sketch comedy show because the real jokes are like the cutaway bits and not the core
the
things.
non sequiturs.
It's more like a small sketch shuffle show than it is like compared to McFarlane's other thing like American Dad, which is more of a more like The Simpsons structurally. Or even the Orville, where it's an episode. Family Guy is just a stuff in a blender, and so it's easy. It's an easy show to put on like one monitor while I'm doing something else, and I don't have to really be watching it. Like I just
like Family Guy is just pretty much like Robot Chicken, but like with some hacky bits in between to string it together.
Yeah, with a couple of jokes South Park did a season ago. Like,
Yeah.
Got a couple of those in the mix. I didn't find out what's going on with South Park's new season. They're doing a lot. They did the pandemic special, which was great. And then supposedly they're going to do like a few more specials, like more like that size shows. But I haven't kept up with what they're doing.
I really liked since they went to a serial episode format. But yeah, it's been on HBO Max, and I just have a Roku, and HBO Max didn't have a deal with Roku. I'm however many episodes behind.
Mm-hmm.
But like all of the running plots, like Tegrity Farms and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
it's just slaying every time. The episode where whoever's dad works at Amazon is one of the best things I've seen on TV in a decade.
Gerald worked at Amazon.
Butter's dad trying to
Butter's dad, yeah.
They did the company store song while they were all they get it.
They fuck.
If Trey Parker and Matt Stone are watching this, good job. You guys, good job.
I need to get caught up, but I just got HBO Max, and I'm actually digging it. They've got like Turner Classic Movies on there.
One show, Jason, you should watch because we have been watching is I think you and the family would like. It's called His Dark Materials. But one show you would like, maybe you and Liana, is called Doom Patrol. It's got Brendan Fraser, and it's really fucking good.
I need to check that out.
It's like deep, whatever, but it's really good.
I've been getting into the documentaries. Did you watch the one on the fucking Heaven's Gate?
Yeah, I just watched that the other night.
Dude.
Like a few years ago, I found out that like they're still like they left one guy behind to still copy.
They left
their
a handful.
And distribute their stuff. Like I want to get a set of everything from them, just to like watch through and see what was on those ridiculous tapes.
It's fucking crazy. It's weird, and it's weird how they made it. So, do you guys remember Heaven's Gate? 93?
I remember that.
I was later than that, like 96, 97, I think.
Like, I remember that word. I remember that it happened, but like none of the details. I just remember that name of the incident.
So it's a cult that started late 60s, early 70s, like basically like aliens and Christianity kind of melding into a thing, right? And then it turned into a cult.
Oh, is that the suicide to board the spaceship or whatever?
Yeah.
That's the origin of that trope.
Yeah, but it started that story started way back in the like 60s and 70s, and all these people, like, it's weird, like you see, like you empathize with people like who come to that conclusion, like you understand why they came to that conclusion, but you're like, dude, like, no, wrong.
Yeah.
You don't abandon your children to join this space cult to go to the next level because you're going to be an alien. That's
the thing.
That's some shortcut chicken shit bullshit. You know what I mean?
Like, all of your religions, if your religion or your cult or any of that involves space or aliens, you got to just stop and be like, okay, well, that's fake then.
Yeah.
Like you stop there. Like your religion can be magic. Whatever. That's not falsifiable. We can be like, ooh, but space is like, we see space. We got pretty good eyes on it. Like
there's like data.
Like we can spot things up there. Like so your space aliens are. I mean, I get they're crazy, so you're not gonna be able to do. But they're like, it'll be at the end of the comet. There's like a little pickup magic cult alien.
That's what happened. Yeah. So eventually, it was it Hale Bopp?
Hale Bopp, yeah.
Yeah. And but I remember seeing Hale Bopp during that time. It was like really low on the horizon. I was like, "Whoa, that's cool." Yeah, I got to see.
I had a hamster in high school named Hale Bopp because I thought it was ridiculous. It's the only reason I remember that.
And then Hanson got huge writing that song about it.
Hale Bopp.
I see what you did there. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, but this dude, like, he was homosexual, the main guy, like closeted.
Whoa, hold on.
Was like
was he hot?
No. I mean, I guess. But then he had an actor that was a handsome hunk who was also homosexual. He's like, I think my vehicle body is attracted to your body. We need to cut this out.
Oh,
And
so
convince a bunch of people to get castrated, like get their dicks chopped.
Oh, that's not cool. That's
No.
That's kind of no. That's
Like,
Number two red flag. Okay, let's say you're eating food and porridge and going like aliens are cool, right? But as soon as like dick stuff, like hey, cut your dick off, I'm gonna have a question mark. Go. Wait a minute.
First of all, why?
What happened with women though? Did women have to get like?
I think they do cement or something. I don't know what you girls do. Like, is it
cement? That's
like a putty. Like, is it spackling? It's like, is it like when you move out of your apartment, you got to fill the nail holes before you paint?
It's you have to sand. Yeah, you have to putty her pussy and sand it down and then paint over it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, if you're cheap, you can just use toothpaste, sandpaper.
Daryl, why are you puttying that girl's pussy? If there's grass on the field, play ball or something. I don't know.
Lawnmowers. I don't know.
There's holes in the wall.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I think you're asking if he was attractive. Like, I think it's kind of important to like, no matter how he looks, he has crazy dude eyes. Like he has like super intense, like staring hard at you eyes all the time.
I don't like
doesn't
that.
blink for like 5 minutes straight, and he's just looking and just and
yeah,
it's like looking through you, like back over here somewhere.
Like space case eyes.
Yeah, that's beyond creepy.
It's like kind of crazy that you can see from across the street if you're like looking for it.
I can smell the way it's looking at me.
Yeah, sometimes guys, when you look outside and you think they're like a cat or possum eyes in the bushes, no, it's creepy dudes.
Did you say I could smell when he's
yeah, I said you can smell those eyes on you.
Also like cabbage and soup.
It just ain't right.
Would you guys do it?
Yeah, Hale-Bopp. They thought at the tail end of the comet, all right, let's do it. And they had a system of drinking this fluid, dying that was down to like 2 people. Yeah, they would cover each other, and it was nuts.
Wait,
anyway.
So it was like a round robin?
Yeah.
So like they started out with like
did you finish the doc?
Did you
finish
and then
the
like
doc?
Yeah, no, I did. I just like if they had a system going that I didn't pay a lot of attention.
I smoked a lot of weed, so.
But the way you said that, like they had it run down to like 2 people. Like, first of all, my brain goes to making fun of them because they're ridiculous.
100%.
But like then I go to the
sad,
second
but
place
also
of,
like, come on, people, fucking
like you say, put yourself in their shoes.
Cognitive thinking, just
like like by that point, 48 people have like and then keeled over. Like you're sitting there watching that over and over, and like you have to be kind of blank on the inside and just like watch that and like not have that build up as like, wait, I'm in line for this.
Yeah, something's up.
This is what?
Not only am I in line for this, I volunteered to like help these people, and they're not going to be here to help me because it's just going to be me and my own. So I have to like not wuss out at the end. This okay.
Yeah, I need to get your wiener cut off though. You were probably like the odds are you had you were a wienerless dude.
Yeah.
So
knowing me, the odds are real good.
Yeah. So when you're going like, oh, wait a minute, then you're like, wait a minute, I cut my dick off. Never mind. Yeah, I mean,
even if you watch like when you start watching people die, then and that morality kicks in of just being like, I shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. But then you look down and you're like, oh, I have no dick, so. Yeah, I just got to continue.
I guess I'm chips on the table. I'm gonna let it ride.
Exactly. Right? Like I put the
worst that could happen.
Yeah, I'm racing for pinks right now, and if I got to, I got to. Fucking.
Guess I'm thirsty after all.
I'm making that realization. Like me and like the other last dude just start making eyes, and like our eyes are looking at each other, and then like the door. And then we just go find the nicest car in the driveway and just make it off with the. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you'd find the car and then start making out. I'd be like, that's a good way to go out, Dan. I get that.
Why? He doesn't have a dick.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the only place on the property that's the only place on the property you can bang a dude that doesn't have a dead body in it. Go in the driveway and bang a dude in the car.
So you're like inhaling those
on
like
that property. There's a dead body. and it's kind of hard to bang a dude around a dead body.
I'm sorry. I just love the idea of two gay dudes just like being like, "You want to go fuck?" And it's like, "Ugh, you have no dick."
Yeah. I have balls though.
I know balls though. Yeah, we're gonna be like those executive clackers, desk clackers. Just what the?
It's just like that. It's just completely smooth balls. So like this.
Completely smooth.
It's literally just
standing next to each other.
Just Kindle and balls.
It's a truck nuts, and he just literally just tattoos a license plate on his fucking like where his dick was.
Is that what those things were in Sesame Street? The
But so later in life, you're getting real sensitive about it. So you get like implants, you get your nuts real big because like it's all you got left. You still can't do anything with the lack of a wiener, but you're just
get tattoos of like eyeballs, like it looks like Grover down there. Like
just balls is the worst because that just means all you have the itch and you gotta like you have all the smell and maintenance.
Like how many times have you ingested in the last 30 minutes? Like really?
Like you only have that part. Like
it's like the third thing on your mind at all times. Like where are my balls?
Yeah.
How do they feel?
And like 10 times a day, you're taking a leak and you have to like do a real deep tripod so you don't pee all over your balls. But you can't tripod too far or else your balls are going to dangle straight down and still catch the stream. So you have to like get the right balance.
Yeah. Hey, I will sleep like a fucking
Your balls are
idiot.
such an inconvenience. You have to learn physics.
Oh, yeah. Balls are like, I will take back pain over sleeping because my balls are uncomfortable. I will choose back pain all day for temporary bullshit.
Yeah, like if you have only balls, you can still be kicked or punched in them for the pain effect. But
like, can you imagine you're at the ball game and you're at the trough and like
the ball game?
Somebody bumps you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ball game.
But like you've had a few beers back, and so like you're feeling kind of tipsy. So like you have to reach back behind your own ass and grab your balls and pull them back just so you can, at the urinal, so you don't get any kind of splashage.
Okay, I'm still thinking of the gay dudes doing the executive thing. How are they starting? Because I was picturing side to side, like hip to hip, swinging to and fro, like doing this jibe. But you like just made it side. Where they're facing each other.
Oh yeah,
and they reach from the behind, like a catapult, like a catapult style, and clack like the clackers, those clacker toys.
I was literally imagining everyone in front of the trough, but they're all one-handing holding their fucking balls back, but they simultaneously let go, and then you just hear balls dinging against the side, like just the trough of like this, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just I had to throw a Google because Jason said it like 2 or 3 times now, and I've heard it referred before of the executive ball clacker, which is called a Newton's cradle. But he calls it an executive ball clacker every time.
Is that called back to Fig Newton?
Every time I have found like a DIY, make your own Newton's cradle, it also like create executive ball clicker animation Newton's cradle. Close up of executive ball clicker with swinging medals. Like that's a very common term for that. It's like that and then parenthetical Newton's cradle, like a song lyric. So apparently everyone
universal
calls it that.
Unconscious, man.
I think that's the name of the new Tool album.
But yeah, people are like, man, I need one of them executive ball clackers.
Right? That was a thing in the 80s. That was like status. Like people in movies, the crime dude, that's the real estate tycoon that's also doing the drugs. Yeah. He's got the thing.
Yeah. I don't know what they're for. Like
they're just dumb waste of time, space. Like what the
Yeah, but yeah, it just made me laugh because in my brain I was like,
it's to show class status over the assistant manager.
you were making me second guess whether or not I was correct that I knew what those were called.
Right. Also, I'm walking into the office that says like executive vice president. Like I know your status because it's displayed everywhere. You don't need trinkets of expensive knickknacks to display your, whatever, like a status thing. Like, yeah.
Is this one of those things where it's like when you're talking?
There was a time that was like 30% of Spencer's gifts was those executive ball clackers. Yeah. And then the other thing where it's like the pendulum that draws in the sand.
Yeah.
And those orbs you touch that do the lightning bolts was the other like half of that.
I have one of those. I bought one of those, I think last year. We were watching some 80s movie and I was like, man, I always wanted one of those when I was a kid. And with my daughter, I was like, wait a minute. I'm a grown-up. Amazon now, purchase, boom, I own one. And I felt kind of sad afterward. I was like, it's a
hollow victory.
My daughter was like, yeah, I don't think they're that cool. So she's basically calling my daughter at her age was calling myself at her age a fucking dweeb.
Yeah, your daughter would have kicked your ass in a timeline. Yeah. She could meet you.
I kind of had that same thing. I mean, not that same thing, but like I found the Kurt Russell sleeve or the Kurt Russell's what's the shirt called? Fuck.
Tank top.
Thank you. In Big Trouble in Little China. And I remember Jason had it and I was like, oh, that's fucking sick. So I found it on Amazon. It was like $10. So I ordered it and it came in. And I was like, this is going to be dope. And I put it on and I felt like just the most impotent person of all time.
Exactly. Yeah. There is no reason for a tank top. Dudes that wear tank tops, like you got to have a body for a tank top. Either you're a gross fat, look like Mario, you look like Bob Hoskins.
Well, because they're not made to be worn. Like, they're undershirts. They're meant to go under shirts, not be worn as the primary shirt.
Yeah, like
it's like just wearing underwear around and being surprised.
But with underwear you can you get like those trunks. You can kind of like feel a little sexy. You can feel kind of cool, like a little sleek. But like, man, you put on that tank top and boy, you're fucked. Like you just feel like you have this like you wish you had no dick. You wish that dick was removed. Like you're just like
I don't guy.
Yeah, you wish you were. Yeah. You look at Heaven's Gate and you're just like, I'm fucking jealous of their no dicks.
Like, you know what? I do like Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Yeah, I do enjoy Berry Blast.
I would have missed out on the suicide part when they're like, they give her the point. Did they know the Kool-Aid was going to kill them and they were just like, oh, that's to make it taste better? Or do they innocently hand out Kool-Aid? I probably would have passed if they're just handing out Kool-Aid, not telling me it was part of the ritual thing. Like, yeah, I'm good.
Or like, I love Hawaiian Punch, but if you're at that party and all they have is sheet cake, and then there's like that table of Hawaiian Punch that's been sitting in the sun on a table for like that level, that temperature of Hawaiian Punch.
Like what flavor Kool-Aid do they kill everybody with? Because if they picked wrong, I can't be part of the suicide part at the end. I'm like, dude,
I vaguely remember liking the blue or the green from like for Ghostbusters or what was
green.
It was like
was a good cooler.
Well, that was High C, but
that was High C.
Kool-Aid, I was never big on.
Okay, there was a blue Kool-Aid that was weird.
Oh yeah, it was. I know what you're talking about.
Raspberry.
Kool-Aid is what taught me that black cherry is a flavor, and I was like, that's the executive cherry.
Black cherry is the best Kool-Aid there is.
That one's got some brass balls clanking on the desk.
Cherry, and I was like, wait, there's a black cherry, and I was like, yeah, that's
black cherry stuff. Runs Berry Motown.
Yeah.
It's like in the berry world, he's like
at a certain point, Kool-Aid
he's like Quincy Jones of the berries. Like he's way better than just regular.
Like at a certain point, Kool-Aid gave up on normal flavors because like you got the punch and you got your orange, and then they're like Sharkleberry Fin, like what? Purple Saurus Rex. Like, well, it's like a grape lemonade. Like, why'd you call it a purple dinosaur Rex then? Why did you call it the Tyrant Purple King? Like, oh, it's just, he's a pink dinosaur. Sharkleberry Fin. He's a shark, and it's a berry, but also a Mark Twain reference or whatever.
Dark Twain.
Shark Twain.
Chuck Palahniuk. Chuck Palahniuk.
Palanucci. Polakinik.
Hey, it's my good friend Chuck Palahniuk, Chicano.
Didn't Sharkleberry Finn ride down the river with Black Cherry on the on that raft?
With Black Cherry Jim.
Black Cherry Jim. That's
a literature joke, folks.
So this is a wrap up of this year. Yeah, I wish you were here to do this, Brandon. You had some car trouble. What was the deal?
Oh yeah,
the idea was he was going to be here in person, but car trouble because I wanted to boop him on purpose.
So what happened was, so my mom's got a car and she's babysitting for my sister right now, and my dad, his car, was working fine. Like today when I was running around doing errands and all that stuff like that, but literally as I was like starting it up to like go run more errands, it just stopped working. And my dad was like, "Oh yeah, it does that from time to time." And I was like, "Oh, you should probably fix it." And he thinks it's a starter or something like that. He says like the starter's going out or some shit like that. So I was like, "All right." And so it stopped working. And then I was just like, "All right, well, I guess I'll just wait till my mom gets home." And she hasn't come home yet. So now I'm just in high school again.
It's a bizarre. I like how you had car trouble on a trip that your car wasn't even involved with. Like you flew here and had car trouble.
Yeah.
How was your vacation?
Boy, his arm's tired.
You know what? I really are we that privileged that our vacations are the pain in the ass, like routine, mundane stuff packed into 1 week?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somewhere else.
Yeah. It is bizarre being back here, though. I will say, like, one thing I did miss was Midwest commercials. It's like I don't like because like with it's not like I even have like really watched LA TV, but like LA commercials are just very much just kind of like you need a lawyer. Like they're always just a bunch of scam people. They're just
They're get out your checkbook, motherfucker.
Yeah, but like these ones, like
what is this?
It's funny because I sort of miss that like weird fake wholesomeness that the Midwest like has, because it starts out like there was this commercial before the NBA game that was just this like fat guy being like, "I'm Dom Terrazana, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I here at Dom Terrazana Ford, many things have changed us this year: social distancing, constantly washing hands, wearing masks. One thing that hasn't changed is Don Derber's ability to get you in a Ford F-150. And I just remember that very like, I was like, oh, I forgot that it's bullshit here. Like I forgot that like they
bullshit
still
everywhere. It's just a different flavor of bullshit, you know.
It's so fun. Yeah. But I just thought it was great.
Yeah, that flavor is ranch.
If it ain't bacon and ranch and somehow cheddar involved in this turducken and a funk, then I ain't interested.
I got a beer. I had a beer with a friend last night, and it was bizarre. It's just bizarre being back here because like no one, like everyone's looking at me weird because I'm like wearing my mask fucking everywhere, and like here people are just like fucking just raw dogging their faces, dude. Like no,
it's hit or miss. Like.
It's a lot of misses. It's a lot of misses.
Yeah. It's a lot of misses.
Like as a delivery driver part-time, yeah, I would say about 1 out of 3 people I see on a given day are minimum dick nosing, if not just completely
That's why
no
the
mask at
fucking
all.
numbers are spiking again because fucking people are being idiots. Like, yeah.
Like I watched the manager at a 7-Eleven kick somebody out for not wearing a mask when they themselves had the mask like not just over their nose, but like their top lip hanging out. It was fantastic. But that's 7-Eleven for you.
Starting to get thirsty for Kool-Aid, boys. I don't know about you. It's but a cap.
Some of that Shirkleberry Rexsaurus. My favorite fruit is a dinosaur.
But maybe like, okay, let's tie it all together. If we bang a fig, is that equal to cutting off your junk?
I don't think so.
2 options: bang a fig or have kind of obviously bang a fig. I would.
Bang a fig. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fig fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly,
definite fig lover. Yeah.
I mean, kudos to that photographer because honestly, that was the first thought. I was like, "Ew, that's food," but then I was like, "I'd put my dick in that," because that's how boys' brains are.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are still. You guys, I kind of missed the whole fig conversation. You guys are upset by how it looks, and
No, I wasn't like mad about it. It was just that I said I couldn't identify one. I had no idea what they looked like.
What a figgy pudding? Because
figgy pudding is where it started, and then I looked it up, and I was like, yeah, this piece of shit. Like that's just a.
You guys want to see some
fleshlight?
Google dragon fruit if you want to see a fucking dumbass fruit.
Yeah.
That fruit fucking looks like a goddamn like thing from Futurama. Like it's the dumbest looking motherfucker.
And it wasted one of the coolest fruit names.
No, they did. Dragon fruit? That's fucking metal. And it's wasted on this like pink fucking.
Isn't that the one that smells awful?
Yeah, see, Matt's face is accurate. It looks retarded.
No, the inside is because the outside actually looks pretty cool. The inside, however, is a fucking joke. Hold on. Just buckle up. It's coming.
Yeah. What is that fruit
why is it filled with ranch dressing?
Yeah, no, it's like filled with like cookies and cream ice cream.
Yeah, like, what is it?
That's nasty. That is a meteor from space. That looks like an Adventure Time animation.
Oh, yeah, the outside looks cool, like something from a fucking sci-fi world. Oh wait, they're bigger than I thought.
Yeah, these are pro-level balls that you got to click like. Give me another picture, and then we're going to clap them.
To give you some reference size.
Jason, you think you can share the screen on it?
Damn, dude. That's way bigger than I thought from the picture.
That's like pulling out like...
That's like the dragon's balls.
Maybe he eats his own balls. Hey, dragon, hey, pro tip, dragon, stop eating your balls.
That's why he lays in all that gold. Those huge balls.
Yeah, because it gets cool in the cave. It's just cold. Because he's always eating his balls.
Pomegranates all look stupid to me. So.
I was just about to say, while we're on the topic of fruits that are bullshit, I was about to put pomegranate out there.
Yeah.
Fuck pomegranates.
I gotta fucking, you kidding me? I gotta hatch you and then I gotta pull off the fucking seeds one by one. Kiss my ass, bro.
At one time, I did enjoy
a
few of them, but like Brian De Pomegranate's, like some of his later movies.
Honestly, I'm just impressed with the fact that they refuse to evolve so that we can eat them more easily. Like the banana, you've seen that argument, but a pomegranate, it's just like, fuck you, I'm staying the same. I'm the alligator of fruit.
Coconuts can eat a dick for that. You have to get a machete or a chainsaw.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Or they'll murder you. If you stand under them, you're like, man, I'm starving. And he's like, oh yeah? Bonk. I'm a coconut. Fuck you. Try to get me.
Oh, here's a concussion.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the size of a basketball, but by the time you're done, it's like smaller than your fist. That's bullshit. It's like, that's so much excess packaging.
Yeah.
Wasteful.
I just Googled bullshit fruits to see what
that is some catfishing bullshit. Yeah.
If anyone's going to Google bullshit fruits or vegetables.
I Googled bullshit fruits.
You just find pictures of Brennan.
Payoff wasn't great, but apparently Japan did this.
Japan did this?
Apparently Japan pulled that off. So.
Thanks, Japan.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck
is
this?
Probably one of the most Japan things I've ever seen, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what they're up to over there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of seeds anymore, which is weird to me.
Actually, to make them like that into a box, I mean, you don't have to worry about them being like different sizes and getting like a smaller one. They're all pretty uniform in size that way. I guess there is that.
I guess that's
We're playing Minecraft with real life.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I guess that's nature's problem. Watermelons didn't just stack rank and file in the truck for delivery for the store. So we got to fix that instead of just selling watermelons.
No, we have to apply our definition of what is more efficient. Watermelons were like, we've been fine for millions of years.
I want to see Gallagher break one with the hammer shaped like a watermelon and the watermelon square. Like,
what about in the future, watermelon shaped like people? Like, what if we are...
Or like, what if there's a fat dude in the backyard with a samurai sword that he bought at the mall, and he like tries to cut through the square watermelon, but like
And he
it
hits
catches
an
on the
artery.
corner, and so his YouTube video is ruined.
Because he hits an artery and splashes it all over his dad's
Donk donk.
primer
Ah.
fender laying up against a tree.
That's all I got on bullshit fruits.
Yeah.
So far,
And
that's
yet
the list
somehow
of
it still got uploaded on YouTube, even though he
fruits-
died.
Fruits that are on my fucking radar. Fucking pomegranate, now dragon fruit, figs, honorable mention avocados.
Yeah. Oh, and
Sorting
Jason, the stinky one you were talking about, I think that's a durian fruit. I think is what
Yes,
you're
it
thinking
is.
of.
What am on the list? I don't
Yes.
even know about it.
Dude, okay, because I was gonna. Okay, so
Smells like feet, butt, and death.
Oh, hold
Sounds like a
on. Sorry,
problem.
Matt. Throw another bullshit fruit. Jackfruit. I'm gonna throw that one on the fucking
What's the
table.
jackfruit? God damn it. Turns
Oh,
out
hold
I
on.
don't know a lot of fruit.
durian fruit. I got a story about
Oh
durian.
yeah, durian fruit too. That shit's a fuck. I don't know if they're the same, but yeah,
I'm
jackfruit.
writing a note. Insert
Buckle up, boys.
twins graphic. And
Wait.
the twins graphic I'm thinking of. So a friend of mine. Well, this is when I lived in San Francisco, and a friend of mine lived in this like really nice house with like 10 other people on the hill.
Mhm.
It was like a huge house, but anyway, there was these two twins, these pretentious little like hipster fucks, like gray sweaters, brown shoes, you know, North Face, like only dates Asian bros,
Hell yeah.
twins, you know, shoulder length hair. Like they played the acoustic guitar at the party. They were that asshole, right?
Yeah.
But there were two of them. Anyway, we show up to meet our friend that lived there, and these two nerds are doing durian fruit. And we walk in, it was like, was a Dracula like dog asshole murdered in here and then set on fire? And
A Dracula dog.
did some hobo eat it and shit that? And then
Really specific.
yeah, that is what durian fruit smells like. And they were like, no, guys, you know, it's really popular in Europe. I mean, that's
Man,
how
yeah,
like
fuck that then.
yeah, and I was like, I hate these people. Fuck twins. You're gross forever. Sorry.
I want to imagine like that fruit and jelly. We're like, ah!
And they were like cooking it on a stove. It was like this big. It looked like a pumpkin filled with meat on like a stove, like on a skillet. Just
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
That's
I'm
like the
even
kind of
madder-
thing you
I know
cook and
nothing
you have to
about-
replace the drywall.
I know nothing about jackfruit. I just Googled it, and I'm just more annoyed because it is part of a subcategory of fruit. Its higher classification is whatever the fuck breadfruit is. How many goddamn
It's like
fruit?
a filler.
So as far as I was taught by the pop culture of America and candies, there's just only 5 fruits. There's orange, strawberry, grape, like cherry.
Banana.
That's it. I don't need to know. There's a whole
Sometimes I'll
bunch of.
get funky with the kiwi,
There might be a raspberry. Yeah, mango, which is just orange, but slightly
grapes,
different.
but
Yeah,
only
that's-
green. Purple's bullshit.
Right. And now I got to learn that breadfruit is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, where does that fall on the food pyramid?
Yeah.
Like sliding down the side of the food pyramid.
Yeah, it just kind of hangs out there. It's
Like there was you can have apple. Apple's one of the fruits that can be like, it can be red or green when it's a flavor. Watermelons out there, but that's like it. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe you get exotic with a blackberry.
Yeah, or like one of those pineapple ones that
Yeah, apricot. Now that's the border, really.
You guys want to
still not
also
old enough for apricots.
talk about other bullshit vegetables too, like throwing it on there? I don't like how peppers can be red, blue, or no, red, yellow, and green. It's like you only get one, you fucking asshole. Like they all taste the same. Like you only get one.
Pepper's another food, much like my problem with avocado, where I don't even know how to eat. Like you cut it open and you pull the stem out like a pumpkin, and there's like nothing in there. And like we got to carve out the inside that's not the skin. Like what the fuck is this thing? Like,
oh yeah, that's why salsa's great, because it's just like you just mash all that bullshit up and you're like, it's all right.
I like how this whole episode is just fruit and vegetables. That's bullshit.
No, we're wrapping up 2020. We're going into the new year with diet and exercise. We're going to be pro tip. Last week we got top 10 stabilitable workouts. We're going into the new year. We're gonna get sponsored by On It.
No, dude, I think I was fucking this up then because I've been eating this the entire time.
No. That's like raw protein, bro. Raw protein. Like, yeah.
By the way, tonight's episode is brought to you by heart disease.
Yeah. But if that's only what you eat, that's why the meat one works so well, because like that's all they eat is meat, you know? And so if all you eat is French fries, you're fine. You're 100%. Like all you got to do is pick one food. It could be your favorite food, cake, but that's all you eat.
Yeah. It's called ketosis, I think. I don't know what keto diet is, but I eat cake with it.
Yeah.
It's cake-tosis.
Ketosis. Yeah.
My favorite kind of diet is one that works until the very second you stop, and then you immediately gain back 50 pounds for stopping.
My diet was don't DoorDash Dairy Queen at 10 p.m. But I broke that here in the last couple of days, and I've noticed a little girth. I noticed, in the wrong places.
And say, ladies are into that girth.
Well, but my girth is like the reverse of the Space Baby in 2001, where my belly's getting fat, but my pee-pee's going away.
Yeah. It's like being drawn inwards.
Bye. Bye, Space Baby.
Button or
Bye. When it's gone, I'll be one of those just balls people.
Yeah. I think that's our evolution is just balls people.
So really, I am actually, ahead of you guys by a few millennia.
Yeah, Dan is the $1 million man of evolution.
Yeah, it's not that it's smaller; it's that it's more streamlined and more economical.
What if that's all the $1 million man was? Where there's like, we can rebuild him, we can make him better, and it's just like, what'd you do to my husband? You're like, oh, we just took his dick off. Like
we just gave him a big black cock, and she's just like, perfect.
That's $1 million worth. You're like, kinda, I guess.
Yeah, this show was made when $1 million was a lot more. So
yeah,
we just called up Hitachi. You have to plug him into the wall now. It dims the lights a little bit when he gets aroused.
Yeah, he'll trip the. He'll trip the wire. You just got to like make sure to not run him and the washing machine.
As long as you got some chewing gum and a penny, you're gonna be good though. Just push it in the fuse box there, and like you got it. You can go fuck your husband that we spent $1 million on his weird robot dick. Congratulations! Thank you for being the wife of military guy. What was he? What cop? Who was military?
Pilot of some kind.
Drugs.
Tracksuit. Wizard, what was he?
Oh,
why did the government spend all that money on him? What was his day job?
I don't remember. I
don't remember either.
2020 I can't catch a break.
Sorry, he's the $6 million man.
All right, there you go.
Undercutting it.
Is that not what we were saying?
I only heard $1 million because I was confusing me because both $1 Million Man and Steve Austin are wrestlers, and so the show is immediately taken over in my brain.
Also, he was the fall guy too, right? With that
sound right?
With that
Lee
Majors,
whatever else Lee Majors was.
Was a badass, is what he was.
Let's see. When NASA astronaut Colonel Steve Austin is severely injured in a crash of an experimental lifting body aircraft, he is, I don't know why it's in quotations, rebuilt in an operation that cost $6 million, equivalent to $35 million in 19. They adjusted for inflation. It says for a procedure that cost $6 million, equivalent to $35 million in 2019. His right arm.
Johnny Depp makes that for a picture. That's not bad.
Yeah. So all these movie stars can be cyborg guys.
Yeah, wasn't Mark Wahlberg doing a reboot of that? But it was like the $6 billion man or something.
He uses enhanced abilities to work for the OSI, Office of Scientific Intelligence, as a secret agent. So he's an astronaut turned robot secret agent.
Yeah. Also,
a lot of adjectives.
Stop sharing Mark Wahlberg workout secret bullshit with me. Algorithms. The guy's insane and he has no day job. Like, yeah, he's got time to do all this shit. Yes. Fuck off. Stop making me feel guilty, you prick.
It gets
doing the
So
best
you
I
mean he's
can.
not just flipping burgers at Wahlburger all day?
I jumped down a few paragraphs. In 1975, a two-part episode entitled "The Bionic Woman," written for television, introduced the lead character Jamie Summers, who played Lindsay Wagner, a professional tennis player who rekindled an old romance with Austin, only to experience a parachuting accident that resulted in her being given. But she became a girl version of him, who is a tennis player turned supporting cast girl cyborg.
Well, I mean, she couldn't be an astronaut. She would attract space bears.
And then they're gonna fuck and then have $1 million babies, and Alice Cooper's gonna write a song about it.
Ultimately, her body, again, I don't know why in quotations, rejected her bionic hardware and she died. The character was popular. The character was very popular, and the following seasons revealed she had actually survived. She survived dying, had been saved by an experimental cryogenic procedure, was given her own spin-off series, The Bionic Woman, ran until 1978, till it was canceled. All of this was stuff I never participated in. So I'm learning about this. All 100% of what I know about the show is wah, 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 wah.
And it's like cheesy. We will rebuild him, and like
right. That's all that. And like I said, $1 Million Man always made me think of Ted DiBiase, and his name being Steve Austin always made me think of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's 100% of. I just learned so much about the show just now.
Yeah, Dairy Queen, Stolcombe Creamery, Austin, Texas. We can do this all fucking night, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah. And
Brandon, are you masturbating?
$6 Million Man came first, so they were ripping him off. Honestly, fuck them.
I was.
Let's do the same, guys. Okay, let's see who can come first.
Yeah. Has anyone done virtual circle jerks yet?
Yeah. Is there a circle jerk podcast? And I don't mean the band.
Everybody, get your cracker for Soggy Cracker, and we'll.
Would that be a Patreon thing, like a private, like an OnlyFans, like as a circle jerk? Yeah. What's your price to do that?
What kind of cookie?
Yeah, Dan's got a solid point, because if I'm coming on an Oreo, that's not worth my time.
Also, it has to be visible to know you're not just like with some conditioner off the camera, right?
Oh, you'll see it.
Full participation. What's the price? How much would it cost for you guys to do that?
My first instinct is to say less than you'd think, but I don't know how much.
He's just really like, what kind of cookies are they?
I mean, 2020's been a beast, dude. Got me some slack here.
You had me at Chips Ahoy. There's like somebody willing to write a check.
What if it's already a cookie that tastes worse than cum? Like, you want like a fucking one of those coconut Samoa cookies? Those already taste like jizz.
Yeah.
You know how like the secret recipe to the perfect chocolate chip is a little bit of salt? Like get some that don't have enough.
Like, yeah, I mean, there's a handful
Makes
of cookies
sense.
I already dislike enough that it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you're only loose.
No, dollars, not cookies. Anyway.
I mean, but it's got 300% of your daily need for protein. So.
It is recycling. I think, guys, we're just going to do this for free, and this is how we're going to end the episode. I think we're just talking ourselves into this procedure here.
I'll have two before
we're logicking our way into it. It's like a cookie. Well, it is a cookie. It reminds me of the Oreo stuff. I like Oreos.
Yeah. See, and I made your price go down now too.
It's just a whiff of a thought.
Already did it. It's over.
That's all I needed.
A whiff of a thought, and it smells like milk and coins.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So this episode just went down that secret pipe in Mario, the first level, and we're in the dark.
Yeah. To our sponsor, On It, our bad. We're not always like this. But,
but On It, you're the one putting, hay and straw in your pills. So like,
yeah, cat's claw.
You're not better than people.
Yeah, obviously it didn't affect your memory if Brandon forgot about him for 2 fucking years. Like, do you really work?
Be on it. Be us in the middle, okay?
Yeah, come on.
Supposed to help your memory and like.
Somebody reach out to me on these, what they're asking for.
What are labor laws like where you produce those pills?
What regular sponsors are very much missing out by not like if MeUndies sponsored us, we would do a whole episode with MeUndies on our heads in a way they didn't intend to advertise. I
would write a 30-minute drama about underpants if we were sponsored by
MeUndies. We could do a PBS style.
Oh yeah,
public play.
Which we pronounce because it's underwear.
Yeah. Like Blue Apron, I don't know if they'd get much out of us. Be like, hey, some food came in a box. I threw the whole thing away.
I
just played with the box.
Yeah.
I'm keeping these freezer packs, though. These things are getting reused.
Maybe because there's salmon rotting under the couch.
I do got something to say, too. Hey, Blue Apron. You know what else other food comes in a box? Pizza. We've already mapped it, you fucking asshole. And it's already made. So, not fucking impressing any. You know what? Oh, can we complain about Papa Murphy's, or is that like is our time gone for that?
Why was that fielded to me? I mean, I've complained about it before, like I've done a bit about it, but I don't feel like I own that concept.
No, but I think
but he was trying to open a franchise a couple of years ago. I remember that, and we couldn't get financing. You know,
I used to joke about how I have no idea how that functions as a business, but now in the DoorDash world, I have no idea what leg Papa Murphy's has left to stand on.
Yeah. Zero.
Well, actually, I can speak to this because I've been getting Papa Murphy's a lot lately. Again, 2020's been a beast, but
Dan doesn't. The punchline is Dan doesn't cook them. He eats the raw pizza. He just gets it, runs a pizza cutter on it,
rolls it in a tube.
He just eats it like those little pizza Lunchables.
He rolls them into like little cinnamon rolls.
But Papa Murphy's,
my body is warm enough that it bakes over the course of the day inside.
Papa Murphy's then realize like that's their shtick is uncooked. So if they also sell cookie dough, and bread dough, like everything is uncooked. It's like this isn't a business model, you fucking retards. Rent me a pizza oven.
Like the finishing of my thought is that because they don't cook anything, they can sell everything that they make, and you can buy it with an EBT card. So that's kind of a they're getting to a whole different market sector. I think is their big thing.
Papa Murphy's is this close to not needing employees though. Like if they had a way to automate the ingredients and just have a building,
it'll eventually be that. Yeah,
pizza. You just pick it up. It's like the red box of pizza.
Like I said, I go there. They barely do have employees.
Yeah. But if you want to complain about Papa Murphy's, I don't own that. So sure.
Oh, sorry, I got shitty connection. I didn't have anything from it really. I just was hoping Matt could squeeze some good content because I always enjoy his little talks on Papa Murphy's. That's all. That's all it was. I was just trying to set Matt up with something, and he was just like, "No," and just shut it down.
He's like, "Not in my house."
I forgot about it. Honestly, I haven't been to a Papa Murphy's in I don't know how long.
Anywho, the McRib is back, so I guess we're still talking about food. I got nothing.
I know.
It's McRib for her pleasure.
Oh.
I've never liked the McRib, and I'm always suspicious of people who do. Just a thing about me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if that would be called for a quiet moment afterwards or such pondering. Yeah. I don't like fuck the McRib and fuck. It's like the Purge. Once a year, it comes around to bring out the worst in everybody, and then for the rest of the year, we act like it's not a problem till it comes back around.
All right, what the fuck are you doing, and why? Like, why do people? I've had them, and who gives a shit? That's what I think of them.
Like they're only cool because they come out every so often. Like the gas station that I like has a barbecue rib sandwich year round, so I don't care about McRib.
And then the McRib, it always comes out with a buy. They say it comes back, and then it's like if you buy one, you get a free one. They're actually take even less resource to make because they give away half of them for free. It's horrifying.
It's to sucker you in to buy all the other shit. You could buy a healthy white baby.
Listen, it's the food like
Southwestern McDonald's now.
It's just the Purge in food form. Which, by the way, is there a more awkward day than the day after the Purge? Same with the McRib.
Oh, that's after like that one night stand where you wake up and you're like, I'm glad we don't know each other because we went to dark places.
Somebody
like,
has to say during the Purge, dude, I got to stop killing. I do have work in the morning.
Yeah.
There's guys who have work
It's
at
like, I
7
got to
a.m.
get up in 2 hours.
Yeah, and I'm just killing
I'm going to be
orphans.
dragging ass tomorrow.
God, I bought too many bullets this year. I got to go home. I got to shower in the morning. I got to take a kid to school tomorrow.
Fuck, it's trash day.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I work at the trash place.
I work at the pick up the dead bodies from
Yeah, the guy that drives the street plow for the day after the purge. Just, I got to stop purging. I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
Although that dude mops up, like picking up wallets out of pockets, I bet.
Yeah.
Also, I love that in this world, we're a just enough society that we're like, we'll give you a whole night of killing. But when we say stop, you stop. Like, that they're like,
how many people would unleash their bloodlust? Like, how many people would be like, no, they can't stop.
What's also weird is the time zone difference, because like the purge starts and stops on a cascading hour across the country. So like it kicks off early over on my coast, over in New York side, and they're already going. And then like you can just keep moving with that, I guess.
Could you just travel all across the globe? You would stop at the ocean. There's no way to do that in.
That's international waters anyway. So like,
yeah,
you can already. The purge always works in the ocean. Like it just
the ocean is the purge. I mean,
no one's in charge of that. Like,
no.
Maybe that's a purge sequel they need to make. Is somebody is like trying to outrun getting killed, so he's like trying to cross over the time zone line. So he's like, it's not the purge yet for another 45 minutes. You can't do anything, and then they just sit across the border from each other, just like waiting.
Yeah.
And he keeps getting stopped and other little skirmishes along the way.
The purge never addresses crime that's not violent, though. Like they're always like, from these hours, all crime is legal. Like I guess it's time for insurance fraud, like a motherfucker. Like they only talk about like rape and murder and stuff. Like
I'd figure out how to get money.
Yeah, just embezzlement. That's where your business cashes in all its legal embezzlement. So then just close it up.
I'm still going to need that shit tomorrow. Like, you know, and it would be nice to have more of it because more people are fucking dumb and participating in this nonsense.
Those are the crimes.
That's what I would think of the purge.
That's when you just steal somebody's fucking license plate tags so you don't have to go do it yourself. Like,
do you wait until purge night or do it like ahead of time?
I don't know. Either or. But the difference is on the purge hours, the specific wording is it is legal. Not that you get, if you do it before the purge, it's not legal to do. It's actionable. During that window of time, it wasn't a crime.
What would be the evidence of that? Like, you can kind
of
you'd have to give me 15 minutes. It's like, hey, come on.
You would have to have a way to show you did it during that time because legally speaking, it wasn't a crime at the time you did it.
Right.
So if you do it like a newspaper or whatever, take a picture like your clock during that window of time.
I'm criming up. They'd have a hashtag.
You have your attorney come with you.
Criming off.
You start doing stuff with your attorney, and because it's not like it's a crime again later. It was legal when you did it, so it's passable. I'm not a lawyer, but I feel like that's how that works.
No, that makes sense to me.
That's true. You aren't a lawyer.
Yeah. I'm not a lawyer either, but I will agree.
I'm not a lawyer, but I watch one on YouTube a lot. So
yeah.
Is he the one that's like, hey, anytime a cop comes up to you, shut your fucking mouth?
It's Legal has a really good YouTube channel.
He's like, you shut the fuck up. You don't have to tell him nothing.
I'll plug a YouTube channel with 1 million followers already. It's called Legal. It's really good. It's an attorney who just runs a YouTube. It started as like generally a YouTube channel for people who are in law school or whatever. And he's an actual working attorney. And then kind of what blew him up was doing law reviews of movies and talking about like how much classic scenes are like real, what would happen. And then he did a lot of things like how much crime legally was actually done in Jurassic Park and movies like that, of like how much jail time and fines Batman would accrue in The Dark Knight. And he has these really good, like thought out, just legal videos. And I learned a lot about the law. So highly recommend that channel. A very, very charismatic lawyer doing good content.
Nice.
We'll get him on the show. It'll be fine. His viewership is 1 million times ours, so it'll be fine. It's a real ass lawyer named Devin Stone. Like, his parents made him be a lawyer by naming him Devin Stone.
He was chiseled
in
the court of law. They
Like a
banged
stripper
in the
name,
court of
but for
law.
dudes.
Is that all we got?
People
We
get
got
pissed off
now?
if the people get pissed off if the McFlurry machine's down for like 3 hours, but the McRib machine's been down for a year and a half. But nobody seems to bitch about that.
That's a good one. That's
That is
actually
some bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I think we should wrap up with what are we hoping for Christmas this year? Is there if you have the ability to get a Christmas gift, what is the Christmas gift you're wanting?
This is how Brandon's doing his last minute shopping.
Oh.
What thing at less than $20 are you looking for?
Yeah, what thing with like $10, $15 ish or less that I could purchase at a CVS would you want?
Or Five Below.
Nerd rope? You want nerd rope?
What you would really want is a Reese's, but I already took one of the cups out, right? That would be like top on your list.
I
Yeah.
think
3 Reese's missing, but like 2 Xanax.
that's solid. Oh yeah, that's solid.
It's a good trade.
Nothing? Okay. All right, folks.